Coffee Shop soundstage at the 2022 International Roofing Expo in New Orleans. I'm Karen Edwards. I'm your host for today, and I'm super excited to be joined right now by one of the teams from the Roofing Alliance student competition, Texas A&M. Welcome. Wow, so I was there watching most of the presentations this morning. I had to leave a little early, so I didn't get to see yours, but everyone's done such a great job. I wouldn't want to be one of the judges because you guys just really, you all knock it out of the park. So tell me a little bit about what each of your roles were with this project and introduce yourselves to our folks there.
My name is Candy Martini, and I was the QA/QC director for the team.
My name is Kyle Kale. I was the project estimator.
I'm Kyler Hardison. I was the project manager.
I'm Alexia Palomares, and I was the safety director.
And I'm Blake Bacchino, and I was the project superintendent.
So you guys spent a lot of time working on this roofing project. Tell me how that process, when did you start? How'd it go? Yeah.
Started last fall, started the semester, hear about the project, kind of get the ball rolling. The fall semester, we do our proposal and that portion of it, and then we pick back up in the spring with the presentation part of it. It's really a lot of work. We have to work around everyone's schedule, work, other extracurriculars.
So is this your first time at the Roofing Expo? Who's been here before? You have?
Just me.
Oh, okay. So what do you guys think of everything that's going on here at the show?
This is kind of my first introduction to the roofing business, I would say. And we were talking to someone earlier who said, like, you don't really realize what all goes into roofing and kind of until you get here. So that was kind of cool to see.
Nice. Any other thoughts?
It's interesting to see all the parts and pieces that go into creating the roofing industry as a whole. There's a lot that goes into it, more than I ever imagined. Just first time experience in the roofing industry. So
I love the roofing industry. I think everybody should work in it. It's the great place to be, and we have lots of cool solutions and products. So in working on this project, was there one thing that you thought was much more of a challenge? Like, what was the most challenging? I know logistics were a nightmare, right?
The logistics are probably the most difficult part of it, as well as the safety aspects, given that the pedestrians around there was located on Bourbon Street, so we had to keep people walking. There's a lot of populations around there, and so we thought a lot about hurricane season coming up, so those were a lot of our considerations for the project.
Okay, so now that you've experienced this competition and the trade show floor, and you see how cool and exciting roofing is, when you graduate and go work for a roofing company or wherever you end up, we always want to know what is important to you when you're deciding what jobs to apply for or who to interview with, and then making that decision what are you going to look for in a company that you want to be a part of? And I'd like for each of you to share with me.
For me, it's just finding a company that not only cares about what I provide for the company, but cares about me and my mental health and like work hours and stuff like that. I think you hear about kind of companies that'll get young guys and chew them up and kind of spit them out from working such long hours, and not that we're not willing to work long hours, but just kind of giving back to your employees as well.
I'd say it's finding a family, finding someone that's going to take into your considerations, your schedules, your things that you hope to do in the industry or in your career, and they take that into consideration and they assist you and help you in that way. So
I'd want to work for a place where I could see myself having my whole career there, really building my career and growing and developing as both a person and a professional.
there you go.
Well, whenever I do look for a career, I hope to be able to fit in somewhere I can make an impact in a way, but I don't know what I would want to do.
Okay.
I'm looking for a company where I feel like I'm working with a bunch of my friends. It doesn't feel like I'm at work, and also a company that is willing to teach me everything I need to know to keep excelling and grow my prospects.
Professional growth and learning.
Yeah, professional growth, not just like leveling off. Like you're going to stay here at this position.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. We do always hope that you end up in roofing. I have one last question for you. You worked on this project based on plans and images and drawings, but you actually got to visit the hotel this week. How was that to finally see it? Fun, cool, exciting?
It was pretty cool. I mean, we've been looking at it on Google Earth the past couple months, and so it was kind of like, I think that we were talking about, there's a portion of the project that like on Google Earth, when you're looking at it compared to everything else, actually looks a lot bigger than it actually is. And so it was kind of cool to see that, and then also see like what the contractor that performed the project, like what they did and what it looked like. So
Agreed. Yeah.
It was also nice to see the hotel in function, you know, with people moving around, like, because I spotted a couple other safety concerns that couldn't really catch just from Google Earth itself. So that was nice to go out there and see it.
Stresses the importance of site visits. There's a place for the technology and the aerial imagery, but you know, sometimes you just have to see it.
Yeah.
I lied. I have one more question.
Uh-huh.
Texas A&M is Mark Standifer is your mentor. Love Mark, King of Texas Roofing. Yay! I'm involved in an organization called the Roofing Technology Think Tank, and we're trying to arrange a visit because Franklin Hall, I understand, is a construction lab.
Francis Hall.
Francis Hall. Okay, thank you. Tell me a little bit about that.
So Francis was built with construction in mind. Sorry, let me rephrase. It was renovated with construction in mind. So when you walk in, everything's exposed. So they have glass walls near the elevator, so you can see all the moving parts of the elevator. You can see the beams in the ceiling. You can see all the mechanical, electrical. You can see everything. So that's like, and we have classes where they actually take us in the hallway and they show us all the MEP in the ceiling to kind of like, you know, show us what it really looks like, not just put it on a PowerPoint or something like that.
Nice. Okay. So hopefully we'll get down there in May or June, whatever, and check out Francis Hall. Thank you for getting the name correct. So from here, we're heading to the awards ceremony and reception, and we're going to find out who the winning team is. Super nervous. So we will not be filming from there, but we will be sending out an announcement after the fact, so you can visit RoofersCoffeeShop.com, see who won. We'll share that news, and just thank you all for coming here to talk with us. We really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your show, your extra day, because there's a snowstorm. Woohoo! So thank you for joining us. We'll be broadcasting throughout the show. Make sure you subscribe to Roofers Coffee Shop YouTube and ring that bell so you get notified every time we go live. And we'll see you next time.